Here are grace notes. And let's talk about ornaments. Not the ones that decorate your home, mind you, but the embellishments found in countless scores from the Baroque period through today. As we investigate one of several ornaments found in music, you will certainly recognize and hear it time and time again in all styles of music. Ornaments can be found in composers' scores for any instrument or as part of the improvising musician's toolbox. From singers to instrumentalists to composers, the use of ornaments or embellishments in melodies and solos is an integral part of the music-making process. Starting in the early Baroque period, around 1600 to 1750 is the period, musicians would play a composer's piece as written the first time around, and then add ornaments to the second time. Let's take a look at a specific ornament used in music. It's called the grace note.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another lesson. Today we're going to talk about grace notes. So what are grace notes? They're basically notes that precede whatever note you're about to play. For example, if you want to play an E, a grace note is a quick note like an E flat that comes before it. Uh, it could be a semitone or a tone away. So I could use a D, or it could be a bunch of notes, which are a semitone or a tone apart. Grace notes basically mimic the idea of guitar players, which are hammer-ons and pull-offs. So how can grace notes improve your playing or make it richer? Well, let me give you an example maybe, and that will help you kind of figure it out. You could be playing something like okay, so it's F sharp. It's basically a D7 to what's basically kind of an F over a bass of G to a C major. So it's kind of a 2-5-1 progression. But instead, I could play it the following way.
In writing, a grace note is a single elegant word in an otherwise straightforward prose. And the definition of prose is written or spoken language in its ordinary form without metrical structure. Let's take a look at these examples. Her hair fell to the top of her shoulders. That's straightforward writing there. Her disheveled hair fell to the top of her shoulders. We're adding a grace note here, and a grace note does not always need to be a positive connotation. The flowers decorated the window. The elegant and fragrant flowers decorated the window. Marcus walked home after the game. Marcus proudly strutted home after the game. So what are the parallels between grace notes in writing and grace notes in music? Let us remember that in our 8th grade writing, we definitely want to move away from those basic words that we've used in the past, like funny, nice, pretty, fun, happy, sad, and mad. So the mad man walked into the store. If we're going to add a grace note, we definitely want to level up here and use words that we're not completely comfortable with using yet, or that we're not used to using in our everyday lives. So when we talk about a grace note, just think of the wording, think of the embellishment on the piano. It's definitely not just a simple little basic word. It's something that really adds to the meaning and is something a little bit out of your comfort zone. We're pushing for higher level wording here. Now, another revision that we can make in our writing is a delightful jolt, adding a delightful jolt. Let's define the words delightful and the word jolt. For our revision purposes, a delightful jolt is a clever ending, and that can be of a paragraph, a chapter, a story, a clever ending. Example number 1, Coach Abrams' long arms reached for the back of the girls' jerseys. Abrams' decision was quick as she threw the girls out of the game. None of the 3 would play center today. Those stars had just imploded. Second example, when the customers left at 9 p.m., Janet and Raphael reflected on their hectic day. They lost internet connection and a child knocked over their delicately placed dishware. They knew that after a restful night's sleep, they would unlock the doors of the shop and unlock the potential for the triumphs of a new day.